It's the 7th of June 2024 and there's a lot of banging from presumably Shannon's flat because there's nobody else hardly in the building on that level anymore. So we have pedo sound made and a couple of animal voice sounds or whatever being injected with HIV at 10 AM. More banging in sequence to threats and busting in instead from outside. So initially to go out, there's 6 started vehicles literally outside my place, black and blue cars. There's about 50, that's 50 push chairs past, mostly by people under the age of 25 that are pushing them, which is not a good suggestion, and about 30 cell calls. Also a lyrical behind, and as I get a tingling, itchy belly, they time a motorbike, a load of red, black and blue cars, grey, and surfboard on top of a car that is knife shaped, and an orange learner car. There is a jungle track called DJ Ron Dangerous. It's titled DJ Ron and Cannonland on Jungle Mania 3, which was released in 1995 on Telstar Records, which got in the album charts back in that time, where it only goes halfway through the track on the actual Jungle Mania 3 compilation. But if you go further into that track, there's a bit where it sounds like, makes a suggestion that you slice your wrist, and it says agony, but it's applying that it's a baby laughing in the track, so basically it's implying that anyone's a single mother, in some ways it's, they cut their wrist, especially if there's someone that hasn't had anyone like myself. Right, there's a black sexual car that's just been timed, and vicious or demonic looking evil upside down star. Right, so the curse has it that a cell call needs to be timed nearest to me onto the bus. How fucking typical, Christ you cunt. Right, penis up loud bike, penis up like. Forgotten what it is, but there's a cell call. Nothing nearest to me, always. Every time I'm on the bus, always. Nearest to me, black and fucking blue sick timed. Right, cell call moves nearest to me on the bus is never black and fucking blue, like, yeah, down the street. That's happened several times now. Before that, there's a load of low bikes and bikes trying to erection the car, trying to smash into the bus. But cell call every single time, there hasn't ever been a time where I've been on the bus when someone's making a cell call, there's not the nearest to me that rings, or the person on the phone is nearest to me. Always, every time in the last 10 years, it's the nearest to me every time that phone goes on someone to cause radiation poisoning. Nothing I can do about it. It's all fucking corrupt and forced. It's fucked up and twisted and buffed. Right, the bus is packed, I'm literally fucking crammed up. Right, so basically the setup was, if I got off that bus, the setup would have told me to, basically it would insult my father and making a suggestion that I can't sort of really talk about. But that's what would have happened if I got off the bus and walked in the other direction, looking at the setups from behind. The government want me off the fucking bus. Let the spit from the phone go into my face, doesn't matter, you know. Why not just keep on going on, Christ? Why not keep on fucking doing it? You cunt. Nothing I can do about it. Cursed. Black magic. The bastard's fucking fallen. There's too much spit flying in my face from person on cell call, so I've had to go back into my original current position to put my fucking ear rammed into her fucking phone. What she's using is a sex phone, it's called Sex, okay? S-E-X, Christ, a smartphone. I don't know what radiation frequency she's on, but I'm getting slight burning from it, actually. Thanks to this fucking slamming fucking phones in my fucking face, I've just deleted off 3 fucking phones accidentally while trying to delete yesterday's videos on that I transferred into audio format to explain yesterday's fucking problems, which included the Zimmer frame angle that make and the sexual, enjoying sex or something like that, DVD, and also I forgot what the other thing is I deleted off, and that's another seller I remember being bad. But I can't do nothing about being cursed with a fucking sex phone fucking slammed in my face, can I? Now we've got text. I don't know why we need to do this, guys. I don't know why you need to fucking ram phones in your fucking head, you cunt. You nasty, vicious fucking terror pot. You fucking fiery furnace of hell bastard. Right, spit has flied in my eye. Nothing I can do about it. Smartphone, sex phones, alright? Sex into sex. Sex. Nothing I can do about it. Curse with these fucking calls. I get a bit pissed off with it because it's every fucking day, not this setup. The last 5 fucking days, this setup's increased. All this malicious fucking organised force around me has got nasty as fucking anything. Now it's a dig van and sex. Yes, S-E-X, Christ, sex on a van. You fucking disease man, mentality bastard. Well, a whole load of other things have occurred. The bit bus is packed. All most people stand with themselves out, been forced to the front of the bus now. Load of sick white cars, red, white, cheering van, and yeah, van. Force me off the bus, there's nothing I can do about it. The government want me off that fucking bus. Choked by catalyst. The government got me off that fucking bus. Red, white, sick, red, white, fucking sneezed in the face. Braking threat on the bus. Willie's very high up, so bike in my direction. But the problem is, the next bike that followed that had a name on it, which will offend if I say what it is. But it is plural to the suggestion of a bike. Right, a black and blue and a sex car. Sorry about this, but I'm being choked out by a catalyst. This government have forced me off the bus. Put the fun in between your legs, okay? That's what it says on the side of the van. And now there's a bike that's just passed, tied to an erection. But there's nothing I can do about it as a government. Dog barks, child molester, child rapist, fucked Amy Weston just. Well, yeah, I've got to listen to the lies. Nothing I can do about it. It's the government that's fucking caused it. Let gas start as I pass, yeah, but I need the catalyst, you see. I need it up my nose. I need it rammed up my nose. It makes a granny suggestion. The government want to tell me it's a granny. But since 2024, they're now twisting it as a sexual lady. Someone says, fuck your, I won't say what the name is, it's a 3-letter word. Nothing I can do about it. The government are fucking corrupt. They wanted me down here. They wanted me to have that fucking threat. They got me off that bus, of course. There you are, saying it again. Shag, and I won't say the word what I said after that. Nothing I can do about it. The government got me off that fucking bus using their control force, fucking crippled bastard, fucking evil, satanic, sexual slaughtering, knife axing bastards. They want me fucking hit off. They want to take the fucking piss out of me so that in my next life they can play about with me in the fucking fireplace with poker sticks, doing rituals against me and to sex suck the guts in and out of me as a fucking baby in my next life, so that I'm sexually abused as a child and stop from getting sex full stop in every life for the third life. What did I say? The government are taking the fucking piss? There's a boy on a bike with a blown up toy balloon willy that's on the front of the bike, stuck up like an erection in my direction. Listen. I didn't manage to get the threat, but something was said after that. Whether it's recorded or not, I don't know. But you're a fucking child rapist. You fucked Amy Weston, said from a house window, and that person seems to recognise me, and I've never seen that person walk past that house before. Right, so the little bastards, like I said, the government are trying to hit me off. They timed a vehicle with a large overhanging trailer to try and rip my legs off from behind. Well, it gets even better. I've forgotten my other camera, so I've got to use the camera with very scratched lens that I use for taking pictures of setups going out or doing this audio recording that I'm doing now. Oh, nothing I can do about it, is there? Fucking cursing bastard, Christ. Before I went in that fucking church, we had a blown up penis, which was on the bike in an erected way by a boy aged about 13 cycling my way, of a negative looking type of person on the bike, incidentally. When I come out of church, what happens? God puts me into this fucking trap. So the government have taken the piss out of me to put me in a fucking trap where a boy's knees are over the handlebars, because they're straight handlebars, it's a mountain bike, and he's laying backwards in an erected way, lying on the man's tummy, or his back is on that bloke's tummy, on the bicycle that's being cycled in my direction, and I'm not very fucking happy with the suggestion they're making. Like I said, I've never been here before, but let's fucking put you to the main fucking road where there's a lot of traffic, yeah? Caught that sexual, Christ? Caught that very sexual, Christ? You fucking nasty, fucking evil, vicious cunt. God doesn't want me leaving the fucking road. Just teared the fuck into my fucking carrier bag that I'm carrying, ripping it half open. It was caught on a bramble or something on the, as I was coming down the steps to avoid setups to tell me to have sex with people that raped me as a child, basically. Or rubbing in sexuality, knowing I've never had anyone. God's just a malicious fucking evil cursing bastard. It looks like the walk I've done, I've got to go back to where I went to take the road to go around the other way, because it goes to a dead end unless you go to the main road, which I'll put your fucking nose in it and give you all this fucking shit. Well, that road shouldn't be that busy. I know what road that is. I've never walked it, but I've been there on the bus. Right, the battery went flat, but let's just go to this minute in time. So there's been 2 cars and vans, vehicles, to collide with me, and a further 20 plus vehicles doing similar while on this bit of road in the 3 minutes I've been down this specific country lane, which shouldn't be a busy country lane in fact. Then there's a Glen van. Now there's a motorbike to an erection. My willy is extremely high and my bum hole is itching very bad, so they need to time bikes. And also there's some machinery as. Right, so the sneaky bastards have got me on a fucking corner and tried to put a overhanging fucking trailer to smash my legs off. In actual fact, if I didn't put my fucking foot onto that hedge, my fucking legs would have been ripped off. Right, so I'm being choked out by a catalytic converter on a country lane that started. The government or the creator, God knows he can get away with it, so he's taking the fucking piss. In actual fact, this is something that could be reported, but I didn't photograph it to get the evidence because I didn't click what it said at first, and I couldn't photograph it anyway because the person that's wearing it is a pretty rough looking type person. Well, the t-shirt basically says to tell me to suck the cock and enjoy sex with a person's name that sexually abused me as a child. That's the best way I can put it. That's all I can say about that. There's a van that says make love and not war on the side of it. But the problem is, it's the same company that's producing t-shirts I saw the other day when I was at Castle Kerry and walking up Barrack. So basically there's 3 t-shirts or designs that they're manufacturing commercially in so they're big companies, which is causing these 3 t-shirts to occur. One of them's make love, not war. The other one is age is just a number, it's love that counts. And the third t-shirt or logo or whatever they're producing says 50 or 55 is old, but too old. But I can't remember the exact phrase or term that they use, but it's to say that if you're the age of 50, you're too old to have sex. There's nothing I can do about it because the creator's fallen. The government have caused the creator God to turn. Basically, Jehovah, Allah, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, whatever you want to fucking name it, is telling me to fuck people that raped me as a child and accusing me of raping Sadie Dando and Stephanie Hill, Stephanie Jill, whatever her surname is. And just getting aggressive about it, telling me that I'm going to the fire of hell, being ripped to fucking pieces. Well, God's already doing that without verifying the facts, so I'm not very happy. Right, the bastards are forcing me off the country lane. They're just packing it, too busy, colliding cars, and I'm being choked out by a catalytic converter. Where they timed an Amy car, failed to photograph the evidence, and then the Western van straight after, and then the Denise Flowers all together. And then there's obviously black and blue cars and sick cars and sexual cars in the mints. Then there was a Bagnall's farm van. So they're trying to say, oh, you're getting your willy bags out, oh, you're getting your ball bags out to enjoy sex with Amy Weston. But one thing we have a mistake of, they fucked up on Scooter's Night Track, they twisted that against me, so if they're going to fucking start war on that, they've got the music industry twisted against me and the media, and they've used the TV industry and music industry to try and attempt bumping me off, using child killers, rapists on TV that resemble my face to try and knock me off as far back as even 20 plus years ago. Right, so the next fucking problem we have is there was a couple of loud bikes tying to an erection after that, and then obviously when it comes to this Amy Weston, it's not replaceable because she has a face of a 16-year-old and the softest, smoothest fucking possible skin you can possibly get in a woman. She was born to be a model. She was born to be really sexy. I mean, she's actually sexier type of, I'm using that term, I'm not using the phrase that, because I'm only going by what how people's minds work, how they would interpret sexual. So she'd be sexual. She's got smoother skin than Britney Spears had when she was 15 or 16 or whatever. And also, she looks like Gabby Borges, the American actress, the American singer in Texas or Pennsylvania or wherever it is she lives and does these songs. She's got smoother skin than that, and she's got a more sort of sexual looking face, a hotter attraction that people would suffer their feelings out over and bowl their guts out over. So, you know, that's not replaceable, I can tell you that. So they don't want to fucking start war saying that you've had Amy Weston or to enjoy sex with Amy Weston. They've got to take into account that's all fucked up. It's not replaceable. I'm too old for it to be replaced. The nearest attraction I can get is zombie looking faces that look like tomato ketchup coming out of their mouth with rotted teeth, misted up glasses with gizmo eyes, and a face that looks like it's full of shingles, warts, and a body that looks like it's all rushed, all with red, raw body parts, and fat and unhygienic and unwashed and goofy looking, and that's it. That's all I can get at my age. God's completely fucked up, then God will never be forgiven for this. This information I'm not really supposed to give, but I'm going to give it anyway because I'm really pissed off now. I've had enough of it. I mean, I'm not going to get sex in my whole life. It's too late to have anything, so I'm just going to fucking let loose the information. Amy Weston was having sex with all the people because of Scooter's night record. And because she was a really sexy type person, these men, or these youngsters, were getting turned on by this Amy Weston. In total, she's had about 5,000 people. She's been with everybody on her Facebook friends list. She doesn't have that many friends now, but she used to go clubbing. She used to get off with every possible person she could get off with. She was known as a village bicycle by someone nicknamed Browner called David Bowyer. And obviously, because she has that sexual look and she enjoys the sex of men, she's got off with everybody, but she hasn't got off with me. So that's the mistake God's made. And today I wouldn't be able to get off with her anyway, because she's gone into negative attraction and she's a single mother with a load of children. So, and even those children have probably got boyfriends now, so you know, the creator's fucked up. All we got now is a small-minded bird saying you're being shot dead, tweeting shot dead. Just a couple of weeks ago I lost my temper and I smashed off the candle in the church onto the floor, losing my fucking temper because of accusations of having sex with sexual people, when the only sex I've ever had in my whole life was being sexually abused as a child. And the fact that people were starting on me and there were setups. Well, the setups were bad then, but they're fucking going really aggressive at the moment. They're fucking going off the scale with the setups to the nasty it has been. This is like fucking the beginning of 2022 setups. I can tell you now, these bastards are getting nasty. These evil, vicious fucking terrorparts, these fucking evil bastards, they don't give a fuck that I'm 44 years of age and that it's serious when you've not had sex in your whole life. They just see you as a piece of fucking shit. They want you ripped to fucking pieces, knifed down, fucking shot dead. And then they want to fucking rip you to pieces in your next fucking life. They don't give a fuck. They got their millions and millions of pounds that they get coming in. They work with noetic science technology. They work with aliens in alien bases, and they just want humanity ripped to pieces. Why they get the privilege of having millions of pounds going into their bank account and sexually abusing and raping children. So, nothing I can do about it. That's what these evil bastards are like. And that's why this action's being set up all the time. Penis shoots up bike with flashing light and a sick white car and a sexual car. White sexual. An evil looking thing on a vehicle that makes a suggestion that we got to get evil but with full speed. So it's like a V-shaped, malicious, evil symbol, or whatever you want to call it, picture on a van, but it makes a suggestion. It's like a beastie car that wants to fire at you with a knife at speed sort of suggestion, but with the evil look in the eyes. Right, so we've had a black and blue car straight after, a motorbike tying to an erection, a black sexual car, blue sexual car with light on and white car. Even this road's busier than it is usually. Had sex with Stephanie, music played. White sexual, white sexual, white sexual, white sexual, white sexual. A yellowy orangey type car. A grey car, white sexual car. And penis up bike in my direction. Two old people have seen the stuff that I'm writing down, and they saw what was on it. As they were passing me, they were saying, everyone's had that. They're saying even the Messiah's had sex. So, just mentioning. So I'm choked by a fucking catalyst. As a sneeze comes on, so I inhale, cool, get that gas down me, Christ. It's a granny, Christ, granny. The vinegary smell of rubbing two stainless steel knives against garden crest. 100, go on, go, yes, Christ. Put it down my fucking throat, fucking bastard, you. They know they can get away with setting it up. And I can tell you now, if my dad, if I mention what this van name is, my dad would go absolutely ballistic. But they know they can get away with it, so they're doing it. And car starts before I cover half, and a car reverses out at me. Right, car reverses at me, and I breathe out. Now there's another started car. Nothing I can do about it, God's turn. The road's only about 5 times heavier than it usually is. Timing cars to crush me into the side and overhanging trailers or whatever. I couldn't make out the full threat, but someone says, "You're a child rapist, you need to be in fucking jail," said from a van. I've been forced off the road. That's 5 times heavier than I've ever known it. Even when I was coming out in most days in the summer months of 2022 and 2023. I've just been eating a sandwich. Now I'm getting the government involved if I'm going to hospital and get ill. So they got me off the bus this morning, unless the creator God's turned against me, and he's done it of course. And I just bought a prawn sandwich, prawn mayo sandwich, because it's the only sandwiches they had there. And when I ate it, there's a Portuguese man-o'-war tentacle in the fucking mixture. I didn't eat it, but if I end up ill, because there's tentacles in other parts of the sandwich I've eaten, I will not be a very fucking happy person. Right, while changing the battery in this camera, because the other one went flat, I didn't realise someone was wearing a t-shirt saying the 9th of June, World Sex Day, in my direction. The very first time I discovered the 9th of June was World Sex Day was when I was looking at Olivia Binfield's Facebook channel after watching one of her things that my dad called me in to watch on Britain's Got Talent, where she was reading a poem with a snake around her neck, which was back in 2011 area. However, it wasn't until around about 2014, or slightly later on than that, that I saw her Facebook channel that revealed that piece of information. Birds just repeating, sick cunt, having a burglary, being beat up, being knifed, you're a child rapist just. I've done about 200 other sounds in the last 15 minutes I've done this, been walking basically. Right, a bird or crow is saying fuck, and I won't say what the word is, every time a loud bike occurs tied to an erection, and it's happened 7 times. Right, so I need to time another bike tied to an erection, and a sexual car, and a black and blue car. I've just been down a 2-minute part of a country lane. The maximum amount of cars I've seen on the busiest of days I've been down that road is roughly 30. Today you're looking at double that. And a few started cars in the car park as I go onto this track. So it looks like the creator god wants to take the fucking piss out of me, timing a midget granny, aged about 75, only in my direction. On the first road, there was a black and blue and a sexual car tied, followed by a tables have turned van. When I reached the next section, there was 2 sexual cars timed and a no chance van. About a minute and a half later, someone's wearing a t-shirt saying the eternal flame. A rose petal is on the floor, shaped as a love heart, and a bird or crow says, Justin, there's no one left. 2 people piss about laughing as they pass me, saying if he has sex with a 65-year-old lady, his belly will explode. Laughing schoolgirls, and the red button van timed. I don't think I've ever seen that van before, but that's what it says. Right, a crow is just repeatedly repeating the same stuff I mentioned earlier, all this fuck whoever. Collar van spelt with a K. Right, so they're getting a bit nasty again. So we've had the Rocking Donkey van, the Wheel of Fire van, and Borden or something like that van. Roughly about 60 cars, which is about 80% suggestive. Right, it's the busiest I've known this road as well, believe it or not. They timed that Laura lookalike in my direction again, but an evil look as she passed. She's aged about 30, the person that passed me. Yeah, they don't like it because Lauren suggests sexuality for me in a way that the sun's cursed on me. So that's what they're doing, is setting up people that hate me, that don't like that person. Sick colour car and Bradford Troy, they want to try and apply that Sadie Dando suggestion again, when I've never fucked her. Right, so there's fart smell on the bus. Now what I wanted to mention is there's school children that are wearing specific clothing, but they've designed this modern clothing to look identical to the clothing a specific lady that wears this sort of clothing wore just over a decade ago, that was a girlfriend that was put through by enemy control and government force, or the creative falling against me back at that time. But it's mainly to explain that the clothing is very similar. Right, so there's lots of fart smells on the bus, and there's a load of black, sick, black and blue, white, and whatever you want to call it, cars. Right, penis shoes ups a bicycle, only my way, suffer top, and a sexual looking car. A brie van, an octopus energy van. Filled clean, 100% bleach van. The worst is yet to come. Drain on the blocker van, tip of the iceberg van, and ripping you to pieces. A van with 2 high up people shaking hands, saying agreement on the side of it. Penis shoots up a loud bike, police looking car, and FB van, F.B. van, and Turner's tanker. Bitch eating Linden's a loud bike, and snap on van. Right, black sexual timed up and timed at about 150 cars, 90% set up very hard to every car, to every suggestion. Twisted ball Masters van by about 150 cars, 80 to 90% select to suggest on every car. Somerset Waste Partnership, Dust Cart and Guarantee van. Grey sexual car, DX lorry. Right, sudden erections, time in a motorbike and sexual car. And 70% for another 300 cars at the roundabout. Getting every car into a black and blue sexual car pattern or light shade or gun shade or whatever. Right, Sneeze is nearest to me on the bus. Possible Boas. Right, I'm off the bus, a load of black and blue timed ahead of me, but before this, there's a grey sexual car timed, a t-shirt saying fucking kill him, followed by a van saying agree, A-G-R-I-I. GSF van, grey sexual car with light on, angled at me. Started cars and boner and loud bikes. A t-shirt that says we are out to destroy you, and it's got a picture of aliens on it. Finally, a sexual car only. Right, I'm back home. Since I've been back home, there's been about 70 loud bikes tied to an erection. There's been a few animal voice sounds and there's been a few threats. There's also been a few bangs in sequence, 2 threats. But there's one thing I want to mention because the Jehovah's Witnesses issued a magazine which is called The Watchtower, announcing Jehovah's Kingdom #1, 2024. And it's titled Right and Wrong, A Guide You Can Trust. Well, it's actually got a picture of a man that looks very similar to the female called Laura, which I mentioned under that sun curse. And next to it, on one of the skyscraping buildings, it says invest in. So Justin, my name's Justin. Just a plural suggestion. And I find that interesting, so I'm just mentioning it. Finally, there's been more problems. There's been a police siren as to say paedophile just, and then a police siren to say fuck your, I won't say what the name is, but that happened about 3 minutes after, different police car.